man, Doge has officially hit Trump country, and it is not pretty, you guys, because they just came after a program that is doing some of the heaviest lifting in states that went for Trump. And I'm talking, of course, about AmeriCorps. We heard on Friday that they terminated nearly $400 million in grants, more than 40% of their grant funds, at the behest of Doge. AmeriCorps, if you don't know, is an independent agency of the U.S. government that engages more than 5 million Americans in service through a variety of stipended volunteer work programs. So basically it finds volunteers to do community service and then it gives them a stipend for doing that. The agency's mission is to, quote, improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement through service and volunteering. It is a popular, successful, vital program that is a lifeline for Americans all across the country who are struggling. But it is particularly relied upon in red states. Let me just show you a small sampling of the impacts in places like those, because they're devastating. We'll start with Hindman Settlement School in Knott County, Kentucky. They've lost $250,000 in funding. It serves nearly 1,000 students who need one-on-one assistance with reading and math. In Iowa, 15 programs with AmeriCorps were cut, including the Seed Coalition, where volunteers did service projects, including building food pantries, mentoring students who face a greater risk of dropping out of school. Doge cut 300 AmeriCorps programs in Wisconsin, including Marshfield Clinic, where AmeriCorps members have volunteered for 25 years, doing things like supporting those in recovery from alcohol and substance abuse disorders. There were devastating cuts in Columbus, Ohio.
AmeriCorps provides funding for organizations that offer community services, like City Year. The Columbus branch is among 7 of its 29 sites being impacted. Many of its members learning the news yesterday.
Kids were crying. Corps members who have given their all this year, They were crying. It was a very upsetting day.
In Oklahoma City, the Family Justice Center lost funding for a third of its staff. This center serves those who are fleeing domestic abuse, human trafficking, SA, or criminal violence. Michigan will lose $15 million in AmeriCorps funding. There were cuts in West Virginia.
The Tigard Valley United Way issued a statement this afternoon stating that its Flipside AmeriCorps program has been terminated as part of the national Doge budget cuts.
It gets worse because it's not just cuts to AmeriCorps. Red states in general are just getting hammered by Trump's policies. Back to West Virginia, where Trump-supporting coal miners are being told, you're not healthy? Too bad.
10,000 recent firings at the Department of Health and Human Services virtually eliminated the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, or NIOSH, tasked with protecting miners from black lung.
North Dakota's worrying about their state library and research universities, and farmers across rural America have just been brutalized by Trump's policies. Now, you may be one of these people who just says, well, these cuts are really unfortunate, but government spending is out of control. We've just got to cut it, and these cuts are the way to do it. So can we say that spending is down? No, we can't, because government spending is still up $200 billion this year. Why? The programs Doge is cutting are not the problem. Plus, it's the tax cuts for rich people that are killing our deficit. Anywho, at least one person is still making tons of money off of the government. That would be Elon Musk, whose $38 billion in government funding isn't going anywhere. Because let's admit it, funding for me, but not for thee, that's the Republican way. Someday, I hope that Trump country finally gets the memo.